Today I'm going to show you the pheidolles that I have in the terrace garden of my house. I don't know the names of some of these pheidolles because they're just so hard to identify. But these ones are monogenous, that is, they have one queen. They are quite tiny. They are very heat tolerant, and unlike other pheidolles, they survive in times of drought. I don't know the name, but I am quite familiar with the habits. Their colonies don't grow large at all, like maximum 1,000 individuals, and they're not aggressive. They lose in fights to most other pheidolles, except another pheidole that I have in our house. Now I don't know where the colony is, but their colonies usually don't have big mounds. They drag pieces of debris to their nest, like you can see here, and they have very few majors, and those majors aren't large. So the nest mounds are usually just a hole, and you won't see excavated soil anywhere around the mounds. And I can see no new foraging workers that are pouring out. So I think this is a colony in its nascency. Yeah, I think I could spotted some movement. Yeah. So now you can see those are the workers. Sorry, I'm a bit allergic to some pollen here. And the colony is quite nondescript. And also the reason for the low profile is that there are the pheidole segei here as well, which are dominant to these larger pheidole, slightly larger. You can see a mushroom here. It's been quite a good rainy season. Now coming to the second pheidole, the most common one is pheidole segei. And you can see here that they're probably having a fight with another pheidole segei colony. Almost every pot here in my house has a pheidole segei colony. There's close to 30-40 colonies, and I have to keep relocating pots because I have to clean them. Sometimes I'm rearranging them, so their fights keep on propping up, and they form huge colonies. Huge. In their pot itself, they're dominant to most other ants. Yeah, okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so they are fighting because of me relocating a pot. I'll capture one of their fights some other time. Now for the third pheidole colony. These are pheidole indica. You've seen in many other videos, they're quite a dominant species. This is quite a large colony to begin with, and they're fast crawlers. They like dingy dark corners. They like humidity. Like, they would perish in the heat of the summer if I didn't provide them shelter. You can see they make huge colonies with large mounds. It's a very, very large colony. They have these huge majors which struggle at climbing anything, but except any ants which spray formic acid, they are usually dominant. You can see pheidole fervens, and there was a Paratrichina longicornis. They're going after this piece of biscuit here. Now I don't know if we'll be able to see the fourth colony right now, because they're very low profile. I might have to pause this video, wait for them to come out for foraging. I'll just pause this video. I can see the end. Yeah, so this is the fourth kind. They are the most submissive of all the pheidole here. They have very tiny colonies, like probably 150 colonies, ants in a colony. So they, even if you like put in a food bait, you won't get more than 15-20 ants at a single time. And I've had this colony here in this very pot. They haven't even changed location since you can see it's carrying some food back, since a year, which is unusual for other pheidole. The thing about these pheidole is that they have very unusual majors. I've seen majors only 3 or 4 times, and not in this colony ever, because it's usually heckled by the local pheidole Sergei. You can see pheidole Sergei are here as well. There's 7 or 8 pheidole. Yeah, you can see the worker coming out. I'll see if I can get a piece of biscuit to try and lure other workers out. 1 second. Yeah, so the first colony of pheidole that I had shown, their minims, their initial workers are like these, but they have majors who are slightly bigger than these. Like, I don't even know that we'll see a major, but their majors are very tiny. They don't have a much bigger head. They don't really look like majors. So I don't think that therefore anything besides just defense, giving them time while they move on to change their nest to some other thing. And the reason that the colony persists here is that this pot has a different soil. It has a red clay soil, whereas all the other soils are in these pots are either alluvium or cocoa peat mixed, which I'm making here. Yeah. You can see, right? Unusual for pheidole that they don't even lay very proper trails. Their majors are super tiny, and I almost never get to see their majors. It would be nice if someone can help me identify. Okay, my cat. See how tentative they are. So, but this is how the 4 pheidole colonies in my house end with. This, the most submissive to all colonies, very tiny colony, never grows very large. I think they have a single queen, because it makes no sense having just 100 workers with multiple queens. They forage without mostly lines. They have unimpressive majors, which are the same body size as them, only slightly bigger jaw. And they have very few majors to begin with. The other colony is the pheidole indica, polygynous, very dominant, but only if they get moisture and good soil. Like you can see that they their nest is attached to this pot, but they won't make a colony here because this has the red clay soil, the only other pot with the red clay soil. So they need a particular alluvium soil for making a colony, and their colonies are huge. They're dominant to all other pheidole species. Then we have the pheidole segei, which are locally dominant in very small areas. Pheidole segei I think are polygynous. I have a formicarium of them as well, and they grow their numbers very fast. They're not finicky about food. They're a very entertaining species to watch. I really like them. You can see that there's two huge colonies in adjacent pots, and there's a separate colony here, a third colony. The fourth pheidole, which is in its nascency, is also monogenous, has majors but not as big as pheidole indica. They have open nests which are usually covered by vegetation, like you can see here behind this tiny rock. These ones are the ones which actually make no trails at all. Like they call someone to the food place, but between the nest and the food source there'll be 17-18 different trails, and every ant will be following its own trail. I'll see how this colony goes, and if I can, I'll cover it in more detail. Thank you for now.